the funniest experience you've had joining a shuttle?
There was this lady who tried to enter, so it was like she was in the shuttle, but people were also pulling to enter, and then unfortunately her wig got off the shuttle.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. My fellow brothers and sisters in Islam, you are welcome to the Campus Muslim podcast brought to you by GMSA KNUST, a program dedicated to discussing issues of importance to the Muslim community on campus. Today, we shall be discussing an issue which is of much importance to the Muslim community on campus, and it has to do with our transportation. Yes, this session is titled Shuttle Brouhaha, and to discuss this particular topic, I have with me two great personalities. Two great personalities. Please introduce yourselves.
Thank you very much. I'm Yusuf Sami Ibrahim, a fourth-year economics student and GMSA KNUST Vice President.
And I'm Iman Isaka, a final year biochemistry student and the GMSA Ladies Wing President.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Vice President and Madam President, for joining us here today. Now, on to my very first question. How often do you take the shuttle?
Okay, thank you very much. I think I use the shuttle very often because I currently live in SRC, and then I always attend lectures at Faculty of Social Sciences, which is very far. In case you are working, it means you are working for about 20 minutes, and then certainly I cannot do this working every day. So every day I use the shuttle to and fro for all my lectures, yes.
Sure, relatable. Now, Iman, what about you?
Well, I also use it quite often, but let's say 4 times a week. Not to and fro though, but let's say sometimes 2 and other times 2 when I'm coming back from lectures. Yeah.
What I've gathered so far, it means you basically rely on it to go up and down your daily lives on campus. And I'm sure you face some problems as you're always on in the shuttle. There are certain problems that you may face. What are some of those problems you face so far?
I would say mine is the queuing. Mostly when I have 8 a.m. classes and I leave my room at 7:30 or 7:20, I would meet quite a long queue, and then I would have to stand for like 20 minutes before I would get a shuttle. Mostly I don't have, sometimes I just stop waiting and have to just take a trust key.
What do you think causes the queuing? Is it that the drivers, they don't arrive early, or we are just too much for the shuttles? We are just too many on campus for the shuttles?
I guess it's because of our number, and they don't regard those of us at or 7, rapport, indies. They mostly go to commercial area and then they come back full, and then they expect us to join. Like, it's so ridiculous here.
Yo, Mr. President, what do you think?
Okay, I think there's quite a problem with the shuttle system. Like she was saying, the queuing, sometimes you go there and then there's a long queue you have to join. The shuttle may even come back because of the length of the queue. You may not get that shuttle, you have to wait for another one. And sometimes you may go there and there's no queue. However, the shuttle will not come early. Sometimes you can stand there for about 30 minutes and you're still waiting for shuttle, and there will not be shuttle. And also, some of the problems you face is when you're in the shuttle too. Sometimes the shuttle is very packed because every student is rushing to get an 8 a.m. lecture. So it's like when the seats are occupied, you have to be standing, and then we are packed, and like a whole lot of issues. Yeah.
Personally, I've stopped relying on the shuttles. Now, I use those ones that charge the 2 cedis own. Yeah, the commercial ones. Those are the ones I've been using now, and then they are helping me. I mean, as you said, you really can't rely on these drivers. You might get there around 7:30 and you'll be there by 8. You are still there. You go and one lecture will just sack you for coming there late. Okay, so now I want to know what is the funniest experience you've had joining the shuttle?
Okay, personally, it wasn't on me, but there was one instance I joined the shuttle, and then so there was this lady. We were all trying to get in the shuttle a Monday morning, so we were a bit late, and then we were all trying to rush, and then there was this lady who tried to enter, so it was like she was in the shuttle, but people were also pulling to enter, and then unfortunately her wig got off the shuttle. Her wig got off the shuttle, and yes, but she was but she was in the shuttle, so Unfortunately, the driver closed, so I think she had to go to new block where we have lecture. And then yes, and then we all got out. That was the last stop of the shuttle. So we all got out, and then later she returned with the shuttle. I don't know what happened, but I'm sure she went back for it. And that was one of the funniest moments.
That should have been the worst day on campus.
Yeah, probably it was like all the guys were laughing and all that.
Iman, did you have a similar experience?
Mine, I would say with their braided hair, see, the non-Muslims. I think they pulled one lady's
I've
hair
seen
and
some
then like it
before.
fell. So when we were getting down, we saw
The
the
braids.
braids on the floor. And, yeah.
Yeah, I saw some one time. I mean, how do you pull someone's head is hard to the extent that you take out their
It's a
braids?
bit
This is
hectic.
serious. So.
Yeah.
So, Iman, this question goes to you. I think you have to.
Was there ever been
A time where you had to skip the shuttle due to moral reasons?
Oh yeah. Mostly when the shuttle is full and then there's also a long queue. So you see the guys pushing the ladies and then this is the time where they get to like hold you.
Oh my God.
Like it's so annoying. So mostly when I see something like that, I just wait behind for the next shuttle or I take maybe a trosky.
Yeah, it's very true. Some of them have been really, really taking advantage of that, and they've been harassing women. Like they ought to slap one person one day. I think before maybe it will reset their brain. Remember one time I joined this shuttle, and then there was this guy. There is enough space in the bus, but for some reason he was just getting closer. I just turned around and gave him the best thing I could master, and then he went back. And sometimes you just have to be mean in order to, yeah, get comfortable. Yeah. What about you, Mr. Vice President?
Okay, personally, I'm not sure I've skipped a shuttle for moral reasons, but sometimes, like she was saying, there are some moments in the shuttle that we don't really feel comfortable. I'm not sure it's only for the ladies, because sometimes if the shuttle is too packed, and then some of the guys, like we are all in the shuttle, so sometimes like we are directly after a lady, or a lady is directly after you, and there will be some body touches, which we know in Islam, it's
Yeah,
not
it's not
really okay for
acceptable.
that, but sometimes there's a situation and like I cannot maneuver every around, so you have to try
You
and
just walk.
try and endure.
Yeah. Yeah. So, how does the shuttle affect your daily routines? Your stress level, all those factors.
There is this ATM class I wish I never missed because when you miss twice, you'll be deferred. And since I'm in final year, if I defer, it means I'm coming back next year. So with this class, whenever I have to wait for a shuttle, it's like my blood starts to boil. It's like I just start to
I get the
feel
feeling.
frustrated because I'm waiting for a shuttle. I'm looking at the time and then I don't know what to do. I feel like flying to my class, but then I can't do anything about it. I still have to wait. And then it's annoying.
It's very stressful. I mean, early in the morning, 8 a.m., you're supposed to be calm, and you are going through this. Yeah.
Okay, so there was this moment I was going for. This one was a tutorial in the afternoon around 2:45. I came down around 2:35, hoping that in 10 minutes I'll get this shuttle. And I waited for it was 2:45 and the shuttle was still not coming. And fortunately for us, one came, but it was now going to commercial area. So we decided to join so that we go to commercial area and then we come back to New Block because we were thinking about the fact the shuttle alone goes to commercial and come back to Hall 7 to be full. So I and my mate, we were all going for the story. We joined the shuttle and then subhanallah, we go to the commercial area and the man told us all of us should get out and join the queue again. Can you imagine? And there was a long queue. So we thought once we are in and we are still going, he will just load and for us to go. So it was really hectic that day. We had to join the queue again. And unfortunately, by the time it got to us, the shuttle was full and then we were there again, waiting for another shuttle. So that was one of the hectic moments I've found myself in the shuttle. It was very bad that day. It destroyed my whole mood for that day. It was very bad.
With what he said, I've experienced something like that. I remember picking a shuttle from the pharmacy bus stop to KSB, and then the driver asked me to get down. And I didn't know what to do because the queue at KSB was so long, I couldn't wait, and I wanted to pray, I wanted to eat, I had something else to do. So I had to walk from KSB to Hall 7. So it's like I did double distance from, I was supposed to just walk from pharmacy to my hostel, but then I had to walk from KSB to pharmacy and then to my hostel. When I got there, I was so tired, I was so angry. So from then on, I've not taken shuttle from pharmacy to KSB. Whenever I have to take shuttle, I just have to go to Castle Hayford or just walk or take trusty. That's what I do now.
So
So
have
have
any
any
of
of
you
you
ever
ever
had
had
to
to
avoid an
avoid an
argument or
argument or
something in
something
the
in the
shuttle
shuttle
before?
before?
Maybe in
Maybe
the
in the
queue or
queue
the
or the
shuttle
shuttle
itself?
itself?
Okay, I think I've there was one time I joined a shuttle and that was when we were about to have the elections. I don't know who brought this topic, but they started like MPP and NDC.
In the shuttle?
Yes, and can you imagine some guys were at the back there making noise about whether Bamia will win and all that, and it became like a talk in the shuttle. Everybody was discussing, and then the way that their voice level was too high, I was just staring at them because me myself, I know if I don't join this conversation, it to be fired. So I just kept quiet and then I was just listening to them. Then I think I got off. I didn't involve myself in it, but I was just listening to them. I don't know how this conversation comes into the shuttle and then all that. That was one time I experienced it.
Probably just one person started it and it.
Yeah.
Wow, I've heard.
Nah, I'm not sure I've really had to witness something like that or experience a situation where I have to avoid any arguments with someone. Nah.
Personally, whenever I go to the shuttle stand, I always have to be on my best behavior. Like I have to, how do I even say it?
Upgrade the patients that I already have.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
because of those KSB
People. If one person wearing blue comes to stand in front of you,
You see about 30 people in blue.
It's that annoying.
Yeah, it's very true. We are with them, so I experience that a lot. Once you are in the queue and there's one KSB in front of you, in the next 5 minutes, you find about 30 people in front of you. They're all in blue. One person can stand for about 60 people, and they all join the queue before you.
one time I was standing, I think somewhere in the mid on a normal circumstance, I would have been able to join and even have a seat. These people came.
And they started cutting into the lines, they started cutting. To the extent that one shuttle came, it got full,
Wow.
left, and we were still there. Another came, we were still at the back because of this
That's very true.
They are really stressing us a lot. So, have you ever witnessed any kindness? Maybe in the shuttle,
Okay.
an act of kindness
Yeah.
from someone.
I think I witnessed this. That was first day I was in Queens. So one day I went for lectures. Like when I was going, I was very normal, but I felt very ill, like very cold in the lecture. So I just took permission from our lecturer and then told him I was coming to the students' hospital. Not only I had malaria, but I didn't know. So once I was in the shuttle, I was shivering. Then there was this guy who was beside me, and then he was just looking at me, was like, why am I shivering so much like that? And then I told you I'm not feeling well, so I'm going to the student hospital. And then it's like he really felt how I was feeling very bad. And then so once I got up from commercial area, walking to the student hospital, it was he escorted me from the commercial area to the student hospital because like I was really shivering, like it was so much. So he escorted me from the commercial area to the student hospital, and then I went in later. They said I had malaria, and then I took my medication. So I think that's the kindness I have. Yeah, received in the shuttle. Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't get his number.
Oh, you should have. I remember a time. Mine is actually the opposite. I think it was in first year. That was the first day of Ramadan, and I joined the shuttle. I don't know if it was because the first day it's really come with its own difficulties and the heat and everything in the shuttle. I just felt like vomiting. I was feeling dizzy. Could you believe that there was this guy standing by? No, he wasn't standing. He was sitting, literally sitting. No, we attend the same class. He could see that I was not feeling well. And he was just sitting there looking at me. Looking like he was okay. You just JI cramp so that I was saying maybe he will not see me. He looked at me. So we go to what do you call it? KSB, and we all got down. This year he contested the elections. He saw me. He was trying to campaign. Do you think I will vote for such? Yeah, I don't vote for you. Iman, have you ever had such?
I'd say mine was when you see when you're entering the shuttle with that the force they used to enter the shuttle. I was also trying to enter with that force, and then my hijab got caught between some people. I was trying to pull the hijab so that my hair won't be exposed, and then I think someone helped me pull it in. Yeah.
No.
I mean, as much as there are horrible people in the shuttle, there are still good people there. I remember when someone gave up their seat for me some time ago. Some guy.
I also do that a lot. Anytime I see older women in the shuttle, I always give up my seat for them. See, sometimes the workers, the cleaners, they join the shuttle. Anytime I see them standing, I always give my seat up for them. Yeah, that one, I do that a lot. Yeah.
Have you ever tried zikir in the shuttle before? Is it a normal something or?
It's mostly when I feel stressed, when I want to feel calm.
Yeah.
That's when I do it. And sometimes I just think of a scenario where what if I'm the only person, the first person to ever do secure at a certain point. You see when the shuttle is moving. It's like you are moving on the road and then you feel like what if I'm the first person to do secure at this particular point? It will be recorded as being the first person. So I make sure to do
But maybe I might be recorded as the first person doing zikr at a particular time in a particular place. So, yeah.
That's really thoughtful. What about you?
Personally, I've not done zikr in the shuttle before. However, when I'm going for lectures, sometimes I put my Quran on and I put on my earpiece. So whilst I'm in the shuttle,
You just
I'm
be
listening to
listening.
the Quran and that's in my ears. So it's for zikr.
Yeah, I get that. I actually prefer to do zikir whilst I'm walking. I actually sitting in the shuttle doesn't really feel practical for me when it's raining. Yeah, yes. Sami, how do you think as a Muslim you can maintain Islamic character during maybe frustrated scenarios in the shuttle?
Okay, so like Iman was saying that sometimes when she sees the scenarios and then it will be too much on her to make her be in a situation which will compromise the religion. She would rather stay off. So sometimes when you see the shuttle is too packed and then when you join, there might be some touches with the opposite gender. I think it's better you willingly off, like you don't join the shuttle and then you wait for the next one. I think these are some of the ways you can prevent yourself from some of these compromises. And also, when you're in a shuttle, try as much as possible to keep yourself like know your surroundings.
Yes.
Although it's mixed, but sometimes you can be in a place where ladies are a bit around so that you be with them, or a place where guys are around and then you be with them. Yeah. And mostly people don't stand at the gate side. Mostly people are in it. So if you feel you'll be exposed with the opposite gender, you can be at the gate side. Mostly that place is a bit less spacious so that at least you try and have your space. Yeah.
Yeah, what my brother said, I would just say, yeah, yeah, exactly.
Personally, I do like signaling the ladies when they are coming, especially when I have a seat. I'll just be smiling like that, just so that maybe you feel like, okay, let me sit with this person. Yeah, and you're very right. Standing by them
Where the gate is
Yeah.
it's very helpful. Mostly, there's no one even there.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, that's true.
So since the shuttle has now become part of us, I mean, it's part of our daily life. Do you think we've gotten to the point where we've normalized everything that goes on there, the free mixing, yeah, and all those stuff that are
Yeah.
un-Islamic?
I think it's becoming normalized, especially on the part of some of the females, because mostly you see the guys are always pushing to get to the shuttle, and sometimes you see a female who is also pushing. So when you see that, I'm like, hey, these females, we thought you'd be reserved for the guys to go in so that later you join, but sometimes the guys are pushing, the females are also pushing, and then
We are
you
all
become like,
fighting.
yeah. So I think. It's becoming so much like they're becoming normalized with that we are all fighting to get in, so let's all fight. I think it shouldn't be so, especially as Muslims.
Sure.
We knowing how being around your opposite gender, I think we should always be reserved at least. Let the guys go and then you also join.
How about the guys let us go?
Whichever way, at least we go so that
The guys should
the
also
guys
let
can
us go.
meet and
Personally, I feel like even the guys on campus, you should just leave the shuttles.
Exactly, because you're a guy, you're supposed to walk.
So imagine me going
That's
to
walk.
new block from SRC, about 20 minutes walk. Yeah.
20 minutes a day is very good for your health. Like, you have to exercise.
Sometimes it's too hot, like the sun and all that.
Mostly, I would say the guys are not gentlemen when it comes to us taking the shuttles. Like, you would see a lady and a guy is pushing, oh, come on.
Oh, that one there, I
Dragging
agree.
her
It's very
dress,
bad.
oh, come on. It's so bad.
Yeah,
It's
that one there is very bad. I agree.
So you can just meet up. You guys should discuss amongst yourself. If you come to an agreement and leave the shuttle for us.
Hopefully, inshallah.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
So do you think there are any opportunities to do dawah in the shuttles? Because I think I have seen one person doing evangelism in a shuttle before.
Yeah,
I've seen it several times. Because I frequently use the shuttle several times. Mostly our Christian brothers. Most of them, they will be on the front seats and then they will be preaching, quoting Bibles and all that. But on the part of Muslims, I've never seen a Muslim doing dawah in a shuttle before. So I think to be a great idea. I mean, since they're also doing, why can't we also do so? Once in a while, I think I'll suggest this to the dawah committee chairman, and we'll see if maybe once in a while some of our dawah members can also do dawah in a shuttle, and then since our Christian brothers are doing, why not? So I think we can give it a try. Yeah.
So I would say with what he's saying, there would be a downside to that because yes, the Christians are doing it. But then when it comes to a Muslim, you know how they are with Muslims on campus. When it comes to a Muslim doing it, they will automatically think,
Now it becomes something weird.
exactly, the person is coming to preach terrorism, or the person is coming to preach something that's like not what they want, or the person is coming to overtake the school. You know how they are with us being here already. So when we start to do something on the shuttle, I'm sure they will even start to like talk against us or like, yeah. So I think it's something we have to really think about if you really want to do.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I just had an idea right now. I mean, instead of you said how maybe they'll start thinking they are coming to talk about all those. Yeah, we can actually talk about that instead of maybe trying to drag them in the religion. You can actually sensitize them on what's actually about.
Some of these issues.
The misconception they have about Islam and Muslims.
I mean, it's sad. If you talk to someone and you realize how
Ignorant they are. You will just be baffled.
I remember someone be calling
A terrorist, like
What?
it was when I was in second year and I was in the cab and I was just walking back from class and then guys behind me were just calling me terrorists.
Oh, wow.
So,
21st century.
I know, right?
People
It
still do this.
was so
Wow.
bad.
people are
Yeah.
literally so ignorant.
Yeah, very, very.
Yeah, so I think, as you said, the DAO committee should be, yeah. And do you think the university has overlooked the challenges that students have been facing with the shuttle? The university as a whole,
The management.
do you think they are actually doing something about it, or they are just leaving us to survive on our own?
Oh, I think they are doing something about it, but it's not enough. Because every year they are bringing more shuttles, but it's like we are still facing the same problem. And I think I would also blame some of the shuttle drivers. Because why would you come see us not in a queue? Because of that, you just drive away. And then you'll still be standing waiting for another shuttle. Like I know, yes, you're not on a queue, but then you just drive off and then you expect us, what do you want us to do? I remember one time a lady was about entering a shuttle and then she wasn't taking where the driver wanted us to pass through. So she was taking the back door and then he locked the door and it's caught up with her bag and her laptop was also in her bag. So I think he was still trying to lock the door and then he couldn't lock and he had to open it and the lady got down and he was now complaining and then insulting the lady, telling her why she was trying to enter the shuttle, she has destroyed the door, what. And those on the shuttle, he just made everybody get down and then he just went empty. We were just telling us he's going to fix the shuttle. But you could have just sent us to our location and then you go and fix it, but no. Just so I think, yeah, some of the shuttle drivers, they think they are boss because they are driving the shuttle. So
Actually, they are. Because they can just decide not to pick you.
And I don't know. I mean,
In a way, you're actually working for the students. So how do you become the boss here? I mean, okay.
do you have anything to say about
I
it?
think just like she said, I think the university management can do better by bringing more shuttles so that at least the packed level, how students are too occupied in the shuttle, like the stress will come down a bit and then the number of people per shuttle will come down, and so that in fact all those who are even standing, if there were enough shuttle, they could have also equally been sitting, so that some of these harassments and problems we face will not face them.
Actually, I was chatting with some friends of mine some time ago, and we were saying that I mean the university can actually, you see, what's it even called? That's the thing where that they make us rate the lecturers.
Lecture assessment. So
We need to assess the shuttle drivers. Yes, I mean if we assess them and then they get a, what do you call it? Bad, they will do something about it. I believe they are not even aware of what goes on. Because most of them, it's not most of them, they are not even around.
no.
I think there was a video circulating about a shuttle driver leaving while the students were boarding at KSB. I think that was like last year or so. The students were boarding and then he was moving. So imagine like someone falls and then the car just, the person falls in front of the shuttle, even like gets hurt.
This falling issue, I think some time ago, we were coming from KSB. I was standing in front, you see, closer to the driver because it was packed. For some reason, he didn't close the door. I was like, is he going to close the door? He's not going. So when we go to, you see that sharp turn? He nearly threw me out.
Oh.
The way I held on to it with my life, like I was shocked to the extent that I couldn't even talk. That was then when he saw that was yes. I mean, hey, who be cool be bad just like that? Okay. So do you think there's a communication breakdown between students and the shuttle operators or administration? Do we even know the administration? I mean, when it comes to the shuttle.
I think that's the problem, because the administration is not really monitoring how the shuttle and then the shuttle drivers or the shuttle system operates. So they don't know the relationship between students and the shuttle drivers, how things are going. Like we said, some of them drive while students are there, like empty bus, they drive it away while students are, because students are not in the queue. I'm not sure the university management are aware of all these issues. Yeah, so these are some of the gaps that the university management should be looking at.
I believe the assessment that I'm talking about.
The shuttle drivers assessment. Yeah. At least if a shuttle driver gets on average about 70% bad rating, it means there's a problem with him and then he has to be off.
So is there any advice or suggestion you would give to the shuttle operating management? Yes, them. Something to maybe change or work on to make us have a better experience when it comes to the shuttle system.
I think they should know their job depends on us. If we are satisfied with their work, it's like more of help them do the work well. Because I think after that video circulated, I've not seen that shuttle driver on campus.
Okay.
I've not seen him. I'm sure maybe the management took charge and then they like
We did something about
exactly. So they should know that.
we wait for something to
I know. So they should know their jobs depend on us. Like if we are not satisfied, they can't do their jobs. Yeah.
Okay. And myself, so I think some of the ways the university management can solve the shuttle problem and some of the problems we face in the shuttle. So let's come to the queuing. So I think they can develop an app that will make students track when a shuttle is arriving, a shuttle is coming, are there people in it or not, so that students can anticipate what will be happening in the next moment. I remember one of our Muslim students, Mr. Hafiz, I think he's the IT and media chef for GMSA KNUST. I heard he was developing an app that will allow students to track when the shuttle is coming, the time is arriving, whether students are already in the shuttle or not, so that students can anticipate what will be happening, at least to help solve the queuing issue a bit.
Yeah.
And also on the part of management, like we were saying, they should buy more shuttles. And again, I don't know if this is feasible, especially to we the Muslims, because of the mixing of gender in a shuttle is very bad. So I would have proposed they get some shuttles for males and shuttles for females. I know this would be a bit tedious and extreme, because it's also really not helping most of our Muslims, most of us, especially the sisters.
In a way, too, it is not really about only Muslims too, because some of our
Yes, this is a
sisters,
general issue.
yeah, non-Muslim sisters are very uncomfortable with it. I'm
Yes.
telling you that some guys have been taking advantage of it. They are harassing people in the shuttles.
Yes, yes. Now, I think not only ladies, I think some ladies are also harassing some guys in the shuttle. Sometimes, yes, it's true. Yes, some of the guys have been complaining that some of the sisters have been holding some parts that, like, they're trying to tag them unnecessarily. Yeah. So I think that will help. And also, another solution is that it's high time university management prevents shuttle drivers from picking students to stand in the shuttle. I think once the shuttle is, the seats are occupied, that is all, the shuttle should go, because mostly when you are standing,
That's
that's
when
where
it
some of
happens.
these catches and harassments, because if everybody is comfortably sitting on their seats, I'm not sure some of these harassments will take place. So it's high time. If we have enough shuttles and we don't allow any students to stand in a shuttle, only sit, I think these misfortune and these harassments to go down drastically. So these are some of the policies I have for the university management to pick up. Yeah.
So what my brother just said, I remember wishing for us ladies having our own shuttle. That was like some days back. I was trying to get back to my hostel, and then I was just praying to get there on time. So a shuttle came, and then I was in front, so I don't know how. I just entered, and I was in between guys, and my bag was stuck somewhere, and I'm trying to pull like my bag from where it was to like put it at my back so that maybe I'll avoid some things. I was just telling my friend, I wish there was a shuttle for just ladies so that we would just feel free. Like it
I'm
was
not
so
sure it's that extreme,
uncomfortable.
because not only the Muslims, even like I saying, the normal Christian ladies, they also don't like some of these harassments. Yeah.
One friend of mine, yes, one early, I think it was one Tuesday morning, we were going for a certain class. She was standing behind me. Well, because of the shuttle, like I cut dead. This lady nearly cried. It was that serious. So she was like, she would move forward and the guy would follow her.
Similar
It's
experience
very
where
bad.
you see the green shuttles, we had to like hold onto the handle. She said as she's holding onto the handle, the guy is trying to hold her hand, and she'll move to the next one. He's holding her hand, and he's just getting closer. Like she was so annoying, but she felt if she acted upon that, people would just look at her as a bad person. So she just maintained composure, and then after she got off the shuttle, she just walked fast so the guy won't see her.
Would you go and oh God, may Allah help us. So now as we know it, there are always two sides to an issue. Since we are talking to the management on what they can do to help us, I mean, we also have to play a part in it. So what do you think we as students can do to help ourselves with this whole issue?
I think I've said similar thing. For example, once you see the shuttle is too packed and you may suspect any form of harassment, it's better you back off yourself, you don't get in. And also, like I was saying, if you get into the shuttle, make sure if you're a lady, you are within where the ladies are. If you're a guy, you are within where the guys are. At least, although we are together, sometimes you can see that this particular area is full of ladies, so you are with them. And also, mostly trying to stand alongside the gates. Mostly the gates is less spacious, so you'll be a bit comfortable and flexible when you are in those places. Yeah.
So I would say we should leave our hostels early. Because when you leave early, you would be able to get a shuttle early and get to your place early. You don't need to like be waiting and you'll be rushing and all those stuff. So us leaving our places early would help with that. And also if you feel there is a queue, you can't wait or you can't like be in that rush, you just take a trust key. I know
Yeah,
two cities
commercial.
isn't something, just two cities and you are where you are, you just sit on your seat. No one is pushing you, no one is touching you. But so yeah.
Personally, I can count the number of times I've taken the shuttle this whole year. Like I've just started to rely on the trust key.
Commercial.
Yeah, anytime you are leaving, just make sure you have your two CDs.
I know.
And I
Yeah.
believe that we can also help ourselves by queuing. Yeah, just queue when you come. Honestly, join the queue, so that when they come, we wouldn't have any issues with them.
And that one to solve because you enter gently if you're in a queue, like everybody one after the other.
You don't need
Which
to
is
be
good.
pushing each other and all that. So now let's come to GMSA. Do you think our leaders here can play a role in this? when it comes to maybe making
Okay.
the whole shuttle experience better for its members?
Okay, so like I was saying, maybe James has through the chaplaincy because the university chaplaincy, all denominations on campus have representatives. So I think we can write to the chaplaincy explaining our problems we face when we are in this shuttle, our problems we are facing with the shuttle system, how it's affecting us and our members, and try giving some proposals like some of what I said in getting shuttles for different genders and all that. Can suggest some of these proposals to them, and then we also take it to management and see if it is feasible, then they can implement some of these proposals. At least it will really help a lot, especially if I'm able to get shuttles for the two genders. I think it will really help. So I think I'll talk to Mr. President and then we try
yeah,
and
try and
propose
do
that
something
to
about
the
yeah, try and
chaplaincy.
do something about it. I
Yeah.
mean, it is something that is of much concern to the university as a whole, regardless of your denomination.
Exactly.
Alhamdulillah, we finally got into the end of this episode of the Campus Muslim podcast, where we highlighted the various problems facing the Muslim community when it comes to the shuttle system. And various opinions have been given, plus suggestions on how to make our lives easier when it comes to the shuttle. We hope that the university management will take up some of these solutions suggested so as to make our lives easier on campus. See you on another episode. Do expect more from us. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.